the right two lanes to keep right.
Hey everyone, welcome to Prepared to Go There. We're going to have an awesome conversation about helping you make the most of the last 58 days in 2021. That's a big deal because whatever you were thinking about, talking about, working on, it is time to get after it. It's time to make it happen. And then even beyond that, you've got a lot of thinking, praying, working to do to get ready for an awesome 2022. So I hope you're ready. Let's buckle up. Let's get started. My name is Peter, if we haven't met yet, and thank you for just showing up for this guided coaching journey, helping us really take on the future with friends. And so I want to just kind of kick it off with some opening comments. We're in the future frontier. We're thinking about the future, and we're working on ourselves. So that way, when we show up ready. It's Wednesday, November 3, 2021, and 58 days left until 2022 kickstarts, until we launch. So I want us to feel that urgency, but I also want us to lean forward with expectancy. Don't pull back. Don't lean back with hesitancy, but lean forward with expectancy. And I think your preparation kind of proves your anticipation. The things you do actually kind of show off your approach, your attitude about where you're heading. Just for kicks, I'm wearing my EDC right now. This is fun. My wife got this for me for our recent vacation when we took time away. And I just needed something new. You know what I mean? I needed something a little extra. And this became such a cool tool that I got to rock with. So if you're a gear guy like me and you like having bags and gear and all that stuff, this is super easy. I think we got this at Academy for like $14, and man, I enjoy it. I jokingly, walk around the house with it sometimes, and so I'm kind of rocking it today. It's got two pouches right here. I put my phone and some cash in here, and then I put some other stuff in the back just to have, and then that kind of is the kickstart to the whole system of bags that I've got. So maybe that'd be a fun conversation. If you're interested in that, throw that in the chat or in the comments, or let me know on Instagram. But if you see this while we're kind of moving around, you're wondering what's going on, that is that. So anyways, why are we here? Why are we having this conversation? Don't we have other things to do, better things to do? Well, I say it before, but I'm just convinced this is the most overlooked and underrated conversation that you and I can be having on the internet today. A lot of people are not thinking about how they're preparing for the future. They're not taking it to heart. They're not taking ownership. They think it's not needed or it's somebody else's responsibility, but that's where the breakdown is. In fact, I've noticed that most people don't know how to lead others into a better future because they don't know how to lead themselves into that better future first. And so the theme of this entire extended, ongoing, ever-growing video podcast is self-leadership. Because if you want to pioneer the future, if you want to take on 2022, you're going to have to figure out how to lead yourself, and then you're going to have to stay focused on the future. See, a lot of times we will either quit too soon or we will forget after a while. And those are two ditches, but when we stay in the middle and we just keep going, we keep growing, then we can prepare to go there. So that's what this extended coaching journey is all about. I invite you, be a part of it. Like, there's different ways you can do that, but the easiest and the most direct way is to join the community, be a part of the Future Friends. These are friends and leaders in a variety of spaces, and they all realize that they're going to have to put in the necessary, unnoticed preparation. And they're okay with it. They're content to keep contending because they have dreams in them that won't let them die. And they want to just keep going for it. They want to keep growing, keep going. And you are becoming the leaders that the future needs. Like, I'm convinced the future is going to need more leaders, not fewer. And the future is going to need better leaders, not worse leaders. And so leadership is really, really important. And we want to create a community for people who kind of feel this sense of calling or connection around the work of leading well. But it doesn't start with the public side. No, it starts with the personal side, the private side, right? Privates before generals. And so we've got to take that seriously and work on the personal side of our life, the private side of our life. So that way, when we show up, we what? Right. Show up ready. I think you know it. There's a link at the bottom of this video in the show notes, and it will get you two things. One, it'll help you download the free fail-proof planning guide, which is going to help you get going so you can get better. And then it's also just going to add you into the email list. And so if that interests you, go for it. It's my way of saying thank you just for showing up and being along for the ride. Another thing is that every week I email the Future Friends on Fridays, kind of a bundle of all this content for the week. Right now, there's no content. I'm just having conversations. I'm just kind of showing up, talking about the end of the year, talking about projects that I've been looking forward to roll out, and just kind of keeping it going in that way. But the Future Friends are getting all of the info and the incentives for that stuff, and I want you to be a part of it. All right. Now, I already said it. I want to make sure you were listening. Do you know how many days are left in 2021? Crazy, right? I saw a meme at the beginning of the year. It was like 2021. 2021 basically it proves or shows that the year 2020 was so crazy, so unprecedented, so unpredictable that it just wiped us all out. And that doesn't have to be the case for 2022. That you can actually take on the year, you can actually pioneer it, you can make a difference, go the distance. You can look back at the year with gratitude and with a sense of reward, not regrets. And that's what I want for you. And it's ironic, but kind of painful. We start the year with all of these rosy ideas and big ideas and big intentions. And then we always finish the year kind of moaning and complaining about how bad the year was. It's like, wait a second. You're telling me the year you were so like wildly in love with on the outset, now you're just totally done with. I mean, it sounds like a lot of a lot of dating relationships, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, are we willing to put in the work to make that year great? Are we willing to put in the work to make those values great? Are we willing to put in the work? And so you got to count the costs, and you have to commit, and you have to, you know, persevere. And so that's why we want to give you strategies and tools here in this community to do that. And I think part of it is just your mindset, just having a good outlook, a good attitude of gratitude to get you going and keep you going. But then you've got to find some strategies and tools that will help you out. So you got 58 days. My first question is, do you know how you're going to double down in order to level up? Where do you need to double down in the last 58 days to level up? And this is one area that I'm doubling down in right now. This is something I'm enjoying. My wife and I came back from our vacation, fired up to stay focused on the end of the year. And so this is simply it, that, leading yourself every day is the master key that unlocks your capacity for the future. Leading yourself every day, not just on a Wednesday, not just on a good day, not just on a work day, but leading yourself every day. Whenever I interact with friends and leaders, and y'all are doing so many amazing things, right? You're in media, you're leading great families and great teams, great businesses, great ministries, networks, movements. You're songwriters, you're writing code, you're developing software. Some of you guys, you're engineers. You're out there just crushing it. We got influencers in this community. We got people that if I said their name, people would be like, wait, what? And then there's other people, if I said your name, you wouldn't even notice, you wouldn't even care. And you probably should be more impressed with the latter, but that's neither here nor there either. The point is, when I talk with friends and leaders, it always comes back to today. Today. What are you doing today? And how are you leading yourself today? So many people, they're drifting through their day. They're just kind of letting it happen instead of making something happen and taking initiative. I've talked about the kind of the choices that we have, the crossroads that we're at. Are we going to take initiative, or are we going to be intimidated? And it's one or the other. You're going to be intimidated by what's in front of you, or you're going to take initiative at something intentional. And so I want you to be intentional and take initiative one day at a time. Like, even though today's halfway done, you can still make a plan. If there's not an existing plan, even halfway. Sometimes we think, oh, well, I didn't wake up early this morning. I didn't have a morning routine, so my day's gone. No, whenever you have that call to action, take it. Take the call to action at lunchtime. Take the call to action here on this coaching conversation. Take the call to action the night before. You can always get ahead for the next day. And make sure that you are writing a clear map of where you are, where you want to go, and some of the things that are going to happen in between. It doesn't have to be formal, doesn't have to feel super official, but you have to take initiative. You can't just see kind of what happens. You have to have that internal navigation to kind of guide you and help you navigate what's happening around you, but also negotiate where you are, where you need to be next. So every single day, I've been talking a lot about just getting back to routines, staying on your rhythms, and knowing how you're going to make the most of the next really last 58 days. And so this is easier said than done. I realize that. So I just want to let you know a lot can still happen in 58 days. You don't have to act like it's all shot, it's all over, throw in the towel. Man, this is game time, right? This is quarter four. This is the time where the biggest plays happen. This is what makes or breaks the whole game. And so 2021, are you going to say, 2021? Are you going to say that 2021 ate your lunch, that 2021, just totally ruined you, that it was your worst year, it was your hardest year? Or are you going to say, I doubled down, I ended up leveling up, I look back, wow, that was a crazy ride, but I made it through and I'm going to go at it again? And I really want to encourage you. The best is right now. Your biggest decisions, your biggest insights, the biggest friendships and partnerships are available right now. And so don't waste this time, but work on this time. And one of the easiest ways to do it is like pen and paper. Just get some pen and paper and start journaling, mind dumping, mind mapping, start visualizing what's really going on, and then organize how it could go better. So I want to just kind of share, as a bit of an aside, some tools that I came across this year in 2021 that have been real game changers for me. And I don't get anything from, putting them out here. I'm not in affiliation with them at this time. There's nothing like that going on. I just want to resource you with ideas and examples so you can get good tools to tame your time, get tactical with each and every day, and to really make the roadmap for yourself. Don't wait for other people to do that. Don't procrastinate until other people find you out, that you haven't been doing work. Instead, you want to show up at the meeting. You want to show up at the next checkpoint. You want to show up at the next family reunion and say, look at what I've done. Boom, 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 boom. And they go, wait, what? You've done all of this? We didn't even know. Why didn't you tell us? What's going on? There's something really cool about showing up ready and having more to show than less. And that doesn't happen when we're talking all the time. It happens when we're head down and we're putting in that work. So one thing that's been really helpful, no secrets here, is Evernote. I've been a power user in Evernote since I think 2016, maybe longer. But I really became a power user in 2016. Haven't, really gotten off that train. And I think that the ride's only gotten better and better. There was a little bit of a dip in the organization, but I'm very hopeful and encouraged about some of the things they've changed, some of the things they've done to make it work. But really, Evernote is the thing that helps me organize my thoughts. And so if you can't organize your thoughts, then you're never going to mobilize your dreams. You've got to be able to just take what you're doing and clean it up and clear it up. Because people don't want to listen to you figure out the plan. They want to hear the plan, right? Whether it's your spouse or whether it's your team or whether it's whoever. So a lot of just referencing, bookmarking, journaling, planning, drafts, all of that goes into Evernote. And one of the things that kind of came out of Evernote this year is they've made a lot of upgrades, a lot of cool things. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And I do have a paid version because I put that kind of value on it. And I get that kind of value from it. But just start with the free thing and try it out and see what works. You don't have to figure out how to organize it and get a lot of structure yet. Just start with one note at a time. And what I would do if I were just starting out today, get Evernote, and every day before or during breakfast, so basically before work, make one note and just start to do a brain drain and just say, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm hoping to get done. And just do one note a day. Literally put everything that's happening in the day. You could just mind dump. It's not an outline. It's not a plan. It's not an agenda. It's not a time tracker. It's not any of that. It's just a brain drain every day. And you will be shocked how much value you get out of it when you look back at it at the end of the week. And it'll really inform and influence a better weekly planning session moving forward. So Evernote's one. The other thing is a app called Shift. And Shift basically is one digital workspace where you can put all of your apps. It's been really helpful for me because I put Google accounts on there. And then you can also put other things like project managers or social media or whatever. So it's literally one dashboard and you're already logged in to all these accounts and they're safe. And then you just click, to whatever tool you need, whatever workspace you need to be in. And it really saves a lot of time trying to log in, log out, whatever. And I've done this with password managers before, but just having it already accessible in Shift was really fun. I'm still kind of beta testing with the free account right now. I haven't made the jump into paying for it, but just the free stuff has been enough. It's been very useful for me. So check it out, see if it fits your fancy. And then the last thing has been a huge game changer for me. I have a background in graphic design, brand strategy, content strategy, communication. So, I'm all things visual. I've been an Adobe guy for a long time, and I've been working in different teams and spaces before. But I just kind of settled into Canva. And I don't know if I've just gotten a little bit older. And so I'm trying to keep it simple. But man, Canva is just an easy way to do a lot of presentations, a lot of graphics, a lot of branding. Um, and I don't know what's going on with the whole multimedia space and the creative economy. We absolutely need artists and inventors and originators for sure. But a lot of what's going on the internet is just trying to convey information in a concise yet creative way. And so that's why Canva has become the solution for me. And it's just got all of my kind of my creative workflows in there. And one thing I love doing is I just make one, design, and I can copy it and then update that. And that's the next week, that's the next week of notes. If you've noticed, Prepare to Go There has very similar branding. That's what I'm rocking with right now. And so getting in a workflow, the reason I'm bringing these tools up is because these are things I'm using daily, and these are things that are helping me streamline my day-to-day work. And so Evernote's kind of more personal, kind of going through the thinking, planning stuff. Shifts kind of helping me stay organized with communication and collaboration, and then Canva is kind of helping me do my creative work and content strategy there. So take it or leave it, but just get tools, right? Get some tools that will help you make the most of every day. I want to jump back into the slide deck here because this is what's really at stake. You have a choice right now, 58 days away from 2022. Are you going to just like coast, or are you going to keep climbing? And that's what I want to encourage you with. You'll be shocked to see how much can still get done if you will refuse to coast and if you will choose to climb. Like, don't do it. Don't make any excuses, but just double down on doing the things that help you keep going and keep growing, and you will level up for sure. Let's see what else we've got. I want to tell you about a book project I'm working on. The reason I'm doing this is kind of twofold. One, just talking about it for me kind of helps me stay in that workflow, helps me stay focused on it. What you focus on, you kind of gravitate towards. The other thing is I don't want to do all this work and then nobody knows about it, and they're not going to rally around this project and help spread the word and get it out there. So I'm saying this because a lot of the people who are watching Prepare to Go There right now are on the journey. You are a part of this community. You are definitely future friends. So it is for you, but it's kind of not for you. The reason I say that is because I hope that you become first in line, to get the book and to use these strategies and best practices to have a great year ahead. But it's a lot for you. It's going to, be very similar to what you're hearing in and out every day. The reason I'm doing this project is because I wanted to give something of an elevator pitch for what Prepare to Go There is all about. And when people say, hey, where do I go? I mean, do I send them to episode or, number 13, 27, 59? I mean, which episode do I send them to? Maybe I could just do like a recap reel. That'd be kind of fun. I can still do that, but I wanted to hand off something that makes the content succinct. So you get the big ideas, and it's kind of like an on-ramp to join this coaching journey, to be a part of this amazing community. And people kind of already feel like they know the why, and they can just jump right in. So I really appreciate your support and just count down with me. Every day is counting. 58 days. That's one of the big projects that I got to keep pushing on. But that will, I refuse to coast and just kind of put out something half baked. I would rather double down and make this book great so that way it can level up the community overall. All right, next. What is going to happen is the next leadership mastermind. This was so much fun and got to do this at the 50th live stream. And we're going to do it again at the 100th live stream. So if I'm doing my calendar math right, the 100th episode of Prepare to Go There is going to be November 19. And so we're just going to do this mastermind the next day, the following day on a Saturday. And so I want you to know about it. I want you to know that we're going to make this available. Now, spaces will be limited. So as soon as this thing goes live, I want you to jump in. And this is my first leadership mastermind that I'm going to be offering a registration with. And there's reasons for that. But basically, I want you to get in on this so that way you can have a great 2022. And so you can meet some other amazing future friends that are going to encourage you and keep you going. So I've been doing this for years, just offering this, making this available. And I really kind of got convicted, and it was like, I really need to put in the value and put a value on this so that way people can take it seriously and they can jump in the content. And so this is going to be a kind of a jump for me, but I'm ready to do it. I want you to be a part of it as well. It's going to be great. Let me show you just a kind of a teaser reel, and it is kind of long, so I'm going to probably pop in and talk about it a little bit, but here is a flavor of it for you. So November 20th, Saturday, Future Focus Leadership Mastermind. I'm inviting all of the friends, all of the leaders in this community. You've got to be a part of it. It's going to be great. Yes, the content's going to be there, but also the conversations are just going to be off the charts. These are topics that we can go into. It's just kind of based on where everybody is. But self-leadership is a big theme that you're going to have to take to heart. And I'll just let the video take over from here. Check it out, and we'll talk about it some more. Okay, so what happened, I'm going to replay this and kind of talk through it without the audio. Basically, what happened is we got in there, we started talking, having so much fun that we used up most of the time just on one of these 5 topics. So, I'm not saying that all 5 are going to happen in this specific mastermind, but we'll probably just go with the flow. I have content, I am prepared, but I don't want it to be so rigid that we lose all of that off the cuff clarity and all of those, spontaneous connections that need to be had. So these are kind of 5 big ideas that I would love to resource, or maybe things that I feel really proficient in to help you in. First one is self-leadership, right? That's the big idea for this entire podcast is how are we doing self-leadership? But I wanted to take it from the perspective of, let me go back. I wanted to take it from the perspective of which self-leadership practices do we need to model in front of our teams? And so I'm coming at this not as an expert, a guru. I'm coming at this as a practitioner, and I want to share the 2, 3, 4 most important things that we can be doing to lead ourselves in front of our teams, so that way it doesn't come across like we're bragging or that we've got it all put together, but they actually see the humility and the intensity in our own resolve to lead ourselves. And then that kind of ripples out into others. So I'm really passionate about that topic. I would love to kind of get into that in the next mastermind, but we'll see. We'll see what y'all want and where it goes. The next kind of big idea was communication. This is massive for everyone. I mean, so much is happening because of communication. So much is breaking down because of communication. So the thing we wanted to focus on in this space is how do you communicate new ideas, right? Change management. How do you, whether it's transition in a team, transition in an organization, you've got a new vision, you got a new idea. How are you going to communicate those new ideas effectively? Now, this one is time mapping. We're kind of teasing it out today, but there's a lot more that goes into it. A lot of the how that I don't always put out because it just takes a lot of time to unpack. We spent the entire leader mastermind last round just on this topic. So I think it was very effective and fruitful for people. And so I'm happy to just kind of jump back into that if that's where y'all want to go. Vision, I'm super interested in this one because I have this question. How do we identify the future of what we're doing in the middle of disruption? Disruption is actually an indicator of where the future is going. And so we need to be able to kind of have what I refer to as that multifaceted focus and to stay grounded in what we're currently doing, but also have that pristine clarity on what needs to happen next. So leadership is the last theme that we can kind of hit, which is really creating a leadership community. My background is a lot of ministry as well, and so church and community, and kind of leaning into the potential of movement. And so I wanted to realize and affirm that it's going to take a lot of leaders to do big things, and small teams can affect and impact big dreams, but you got to have the right alignment. You got to have the right culture, the right strategy. And so what are some of the things we can do to cultivate a team of leaders or a community of leaders that want to take on anything together? And the answer might surprise you. So I want you to be a part of that as well. You're saying, Peter, when are we going to talk about all this stuff? Well, my hope and intention is to host this. We could either sample all 5. We could, dive into one at a time. but I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for the journey. I'm here for you. I want to keep you encouraged. I want to keep you going, keep you growing. And so we'll have time to kind of unpack this. And I've just kind of settled in my own thinking. If it takes multiple rounds, if we're just doing this um, every few weeks, I'm okay with that, and we'll just kind of get into it that way. So either way, just know that there's a lot of great resources waiting on you. So that's why you got to make today count, so you can get into the next stuff as soon as possible. What I want you to know is just mark your calendar, get ready for it. I'm framing it up, developing it right now, and would love for you to be a part of it as much as you can. It's called the Future Focus Leadership Mastermind. It's for friends and leaders who are thinking about, this podcast is about leading yourself, but this mastermind is going to be building on that foundation. And now we're going to be thinking about the families that we're growing, the teams that we're building, the brands that we're, responsible for, the movements, the businesses, the ministries, whatever it is. Just know that this is going to be an amazing roundup, and the spaces are going to be limited. I really have just found my sweet spot in kind of small group coaching in this season, but I'll be thinking of some creative ways to include the entire community at some point. So, all right, stay awesome. Lots of work to do. I've kind of finished up. Main thing is you got to get in the email community, so that way you can get all these links and find the registration and just keep up with all this stuff that's available for you. Get the fail-proof planning guide. Like I said, it is free. It is for you. It'll help you take action immediately, which is a great feeling. Remember, you guys, I believe in you. I'm convinced that you're going places. I want you to just put in the work. Even though it goes unnoticed, I promise you, you will not be ignored in the future, because you'll be thankful that you did what was necessary and you prepared to go there. So stay awesome. See you tomorrow and prepare to go there.